Hello there! This is 𝐓𝐚𝐤𝐞 and this is Art of Runes. And alright, let's continue playing some more Asphalt Legends Unite, and today I will be driving my Porsche Panamera Turbo S in multiplayer to determine how far can it take me? And this is the series of videos in which I drive with the car in MP1 where the most competitive matches happen. And I've been wanting to make a video for this car in multiplayer since quite a few days ago, because right now there's a car hunt going on for it. Well, specifically it's a key hunt. So you have an opportunity to unlock this car so long as you acquire 134 blueprints, which is what is needed in order to take the car to 5 stars. And once you're done with that, you're set to unlock the car. It's a bit of a task to do, but for a classic car, it's not impossible, so long as you commit hard enough to it. And like I said, this hunt started a few days ago, and I wanted to make this video ever since then. But unfortunately, I was not in the correct multiplayer league for that. Now, the situation with this car is that being a Class C car, though being a top Class C car, it gets put, in this case, in the Gold 4 league. Now, I was already all the way in Platinum. So bringing a car of such low-ish, what would I say? It's not that the rank is low, because actually the rank is pretty high, almost 4,000. But such a low class in Platinum was going to be absolutely not doable. I mean, I was going to be able to bring it, but it was going to get L's all around. So that's why I had to wait and actually force myself to rank down, and I managed to get to Gold 2, so I'm still 2 leagues ahead, or sub-leagues ahead of where this car would normally be used, but given the time in which this is happening, this might just work. As a quick overview of the car itself, you can see top speed of 325 for a Class C. It's a little bit on the low side. I mean, it's technically average for Class C, but for a top Class C, this is slow. With an acceleration of 88.03, that's absolutely bonkers. Actually, I have goldened out the acceleration. That's the only epics that I have applied so far, but I just wanted to have gold acceleration because just look at that, it's ridiculous. For handling of 69.48, it's slightly high, at least just in the number itself. We'll come to find out soon that this thing drifts really good. And then we also have the nitro at 55.70, which is kind of low for Classic. So alright, with that being said, in theory, this car should be matched against these other ones in Gold 4. But like I said, I am currently in Gold 2, so there's a good chance I might still find some cars like this, or maybe not. It's a mess. Trying to figure out what cars you're gonna be finding over here, it's a nightmare, so let's just jump into it and hope for the best. Now, if you like my content, you know what to do. Hit the like button, subscribe. Doing that helps the channel to continue growing, and that keeps me making these videos for you. So go ahead, do it for 𝐓𝐷, please. But alright, here we are in multiplayer now. As we kind of figured out, no, never mind. Now that I think about it, I'm thinking of MP2. No, never mind. I was gonna say we're in Ghost of Slipstream, but no, that's not actually right. That's in MP2. Yeah, so over here in MP1, I don't think there's Ghost, I don't think there's a Slipstream, I don't think there's any of that. The only variants I have seen in MP1 is just either being Classic or Unbreakable, which is the one that I enjoy the most, but here we go. Look at that, just like that I already shot ahead of everybody else. Once again, the acceleration of this car is absolutely bonkers, even if the top speed is nothing to write home about. Now, to be fair, like I was trying to explain earlier, it's a little bit difficult to figure out which cars am I going to be facing against. Because while I am in Gold 2, one would expect for me to fight people from Gold 2, but if I'm too high in Gold 2, I might be finding enemies from Gold 1, but there might be also people who are using cars from Gold 3 playing in Gold 2, or maybe Gold 4 playing in Gold 2. You see, it's a mess. Even trying to explain it is an absolute mess of numbers and sub-leagues and whatnot. All I can say is I wanted to bring this car, I needed to be in Gold, in 1 point of Gold to bring this car, and hope that it was going to be somewhat fair. Defeated a Camaro Grand Sport, Volcano Titanium, DBS Superleggera, Corvette Grand Sport, a Dunkerboard Apollo N, and Peugeot 9X8. Though that 9X8, it's the free try, so it's basically just 1 star, so alright. Did you notice that my score is 666? Ooh, spooky. And my original plan was actually to rank all the way down to Gold 4, where this car it's normally or should normally be used. But man, it's so difficult to rank down in this game at the moment. I had to quit so many races in order to get down over here. So I got to Gold 2 and I'm like, yeah, I've spent so much time trying to rank down to do this, let's just do it over here. And actually it's kind of working out like I thought it was going to be, where, and this is something that we found out in a video that I made, was it last week, a couple weeks ago on the Apollo Intense 𝐓𝐚𝐤𝐿, that I was playing a bit too late in the season, and that ended up being a situation where, oh god, where all the people that I was racing against were, let's say, people that are not super pros at the game, you know, that maybe... Oh god, what happened with my drift? Whoa, what just happened? I've noticed this. Ooh, look at that, someone just got past me. I've noticed this, and I don't know if it's a problem with my controller or what, but sometimes like my drift just straight up fails. You saw how suddenly I was drifting super wide? In fact, you can rewind, I can't. Can you tell me if I was still drifting, or was I at that point just steering? It was just super weird, but it was so incredibly wide, it was really strange. But anyway, well, I'm gonna eat my shoe right now, because I was gonna say that, yeah, I'm racing against people who are not gonna be challenging me all that much, because maybe they don't have the skills, and yet, here's one guy that is gonna beat me right now, so let's go. That's actually good, because I don't want to make videos where I'm gonna get W's. That's never the point of these videos. The point of these videos is to show you, well, how far can the car take me? How does it perform? What is it gonna be racing against? Is this car worth grinding for? Okay, I got defeated by a DBS Superleggera, which, to be fair, it's a mid-high Class B car defeating a high Class C, so this makes sense, and I'm okay with that. Okay, this is gonna get interesting because it's Auckland, and I've always said that Auckland is one of these tracks that it's amazing. Really good for cars that are very agile and good acceleration. So there's a very good opportunity for my car to do all right over here, but it will also, of course, depend on what are my opponent's skill levels are going to be like. So yeah, we're gonna see. This is taking a little bit to start, so I'm guessing someone is quitting the race before the countdown starts. And by the way, let the record show that when I was ranking down, I was quitting races, but I always make sure to only quit once the countdown had already finished, you know? Because if you quit before the countdown finishes, or yeah, in the middle of the countdown or whatever, or even before the countdown starts, you get these really slow starts like this one. However, if you just wait until the countdown has already started, or rather when it finished already, you can quit no problem and it doesn't affect anybody. So that's how I like doing it, because I don't want to make people's races longer just because here I am trying to rank down for the sake of testing one single car. That's such a pain in the rear side, but hey, this is the pain that I go through in order to make this video. So right, poor DBT. Oh, wait a second, someone's catching up, Come on, acceleration, save me. I'm fine. I wasn't gonna say a bad word or anything. All right, you know what? I got humbled right there. All right, perfect. And oh god, why did I do 360 there? I didn't mean to. Like I was saying, actually this is good for me. I do like getting in this type of race where there's gonna be a bunch of challenges and we're gonna be trying to figure out how good or bad the car is gonna do. Because to me, it serves absolutely no purpose to make a test of a car where I'm gonna be getting a bunch of W's, but they are artificial W's. If I play strategically, where I'm only gonna win, or I only record races in which I win, then I'm not doing my job over here. I'm not telling you whether or not this car is worth going for. And to be fair, even then, even if I get a bunch of fails, that could always be a skill issue. So I'm not really telling you if it's worth or not the car. I'm just showing, well, DBT has skill issues. Or in cases where I get a bunch of wins, it's like, oh, well, look at that, DBT got a bunch of W's. But either way, I like to show you what it is as opposed to trying to, ooh, I'm gonna show you only when I get W's. All right, I got defeated by 3 people, if anything, because I did get knocked down. Grand Sport, and Barquera. Well, the Grand Sport doesn't accelerate well, but it sure is agile, so kinda okay for this track. So I'm just going to skip ahead and tell you what I think about this car and whether or not you should go for it. I mean, by the time you're watching this video, I don't know, it's been like 3-4 days that the hunt is happening, so you are probably already decided as to whether or not you're doing the hunt or not. But still, I'm gonna give you my thoughts on it. I don't believe that you 100% absolutely need to get this car, especially because of how multiplayer MP1 and MP2 works. I don't really think that you absolutely need this car. Now, if it was the olden times of Asphalt 9 multiplayer where, you know, the leagues were specific to classes as opposed to a mix of classes, then I would say absolutely go for this car because it's an insanely powerful Class C car. And that doesn't take away the fact that it's still a powerful, very powerful Class C car. But because of the class mixing happens here in Multiplayer 1, even a very strong Class C car like this can be outmaneuvered, outdriven, outsped, everything by Class B cars, mid-Class B, which is what this thing is going to be facing, or even some low Class S, Class A, and S cars. So, oh god. Overall, I don't think you absolutely need this car. And let's not even talk about MP2, because in MP2 I think it's a worse situation on whether this car is useful or not. This is not very useful for MP2. And in the previous video that I did, talking a little bit about this, I did a couple of races with the car, and sure, I did get middle results, which is better than getting absolutely terrible ones. But overall, this is not a car that you want for that. Unless you have it like a 3 stars instead of 5 and a lower rank, then maybe it can actually put some fight over there. But at that point, you already had to max it out, or at least to get it to 5 stars in order to unlock it. So yeah, it's a bit of a moot point in that sense. Volcano Titanium, Aventador SV, DSC 10s, wow. 918, Volcano, Asterion. The fact that that DSC 10s beat the Porsche Icona and 2 Lambos kind of shows what I was saying about the very mixed level of skill in these leagues. What is it with airplanes always passing when the race is about to start? Anyway, so by the way, this is gonna be the most boring color. Oh, look at that, it did it again. Am I drifting? I'm drifting, but that was so insanely wide. What the heck is happening? I don't know if this is a problem of my controller or if it's a problem with the game, but you see how that's happened a couple of times? I was pushing my stick all the way to the right, for the sharpest drift that I could get from this car. And yet you saw how that was insanely wide. So I don't know what's going on with that. Why don't you let me know in the comments if you have experienced this situation on the Switch. I'm playing on the Switch specifically. So if you play on the Switch, have you gotten this issue as well? Is it just a me problem or what is going on? But it's very aggravating. Because it's one thing when I lose because of my skill issue. It's another when I lose because something just went completely wrong with the controller or whatever, or maybe a bug in the game. I have no idea what that is about, but anyway. Yeah, I was gonna say that this is an incredibly boring color for this car. Just brown. So boring. So very. Look, I can understand like a beige. I can understand like my Choco Lambo, the SVJ with the slightly brown, slightly goldish color. I can get behind that, but this brown, it just looks like a car from a few decades ago, like my dad's car or something like that. You know what I mean? But anyway, so defeated by a bunch of things. I'm not gonna make much of this race because again, this strange drift messed me up. So thank you very much, game. Appreciate it. Oh God, the things I do for love. You see what I'm saying with the airplane? You hear it in the background, right? It's like no race, no problem, no airplanes. Race about to start, there's an airplane. Anyway, yeah, I just spent some tokens to refuel this car because again, on the Switch, we do not have advertisement in order to decrease the refueling time. And because of the change that I talked about recently as well in the previous video that I did on Asphalt Legends Unite, where I explained how it seems that they changed how much fuel you get in the first week. In the previous Unite Pass for the previous season, in the first week you could get +2 fuel once you have obviously the Unite Pass. But this time they changed it to just +1, and that is really annoying because I'm very limited on fuel, and I did not want to spend the extra money in order to skip the first 10 or 12 stages of the Unite Pass. I wasn't gonna pay for it, so no thank you. So here I am dealing with low fuel, and it is what it is. What can I say? You know, this is the thing that I dislike the most. One of the things that I dislike the most about this game, the fuel system. Though to be fair, I dislike fuel systems in just about any racing game, and fuel systems like this obviously that limits your races and you have to wait or whatever. But even then, comparing this to other games that I've seen where the fuel is shared between all of the cars, ooh, I hate this, but I hate that one even more. So yeah, it's fine. Third place, defeated by a Vanda and a 𝐓𝐚𝐤𝐿. I mean, both of them insanely strong cars. You know them very well. You've seen them being spammed, I mean, used often. So yes, of course. But I did beat the Volcano, Grand Sport, 918 Spider, Veneno, and a Grand Sport as well. All right, there you go. I'm gonna shut up for this race and try to do my best, but facing Hurricanes, facing an Invencible, this is gonna be tough. But let's see what I can do over here if I try to focus on the race as opposed to just be japping all day long. So, once again, the acceleration of this thing is just ridiculous. But there it goes there, Hurricane, which has a slightly worse acceleration, but much better top speed and insanely better nitro, so there's no surprise there. Alright. Oh God, I'm so sorry, Black Wolf, or whatever it read. I couldn't read very well. Didn't mean to, but you know. Oh, and I missed the nitro bottle. Well done, DBT. Oh God, that was terrible, but no worries. My acceleration, what the I'm fine. It's perfectly fine, intended. I always know I was gonna be able to land that one. Oh, for sakes, man. All right, well, I think we have reached the point in which this car is not as useful anymore, which again, it's precisely the point of these videos. Normally, this type of videos precisely start with me getting some decent results because this is the normal level of competition for the car. Oh my God. Is that... Please tell me it's not the same person that I knocked down earlier. Oh, I would hate if I knocked the same person twice in one race. No, I think it also started with Z, but anyway. Yeah, so in the first races, I'm gonna get some decent results, but the more that I climb in the ranking and whatnot, the harder and harder the races are gonna get, and we're gonna see the threshold of incompetence for the car, which I think we have achieved at this point. Zombies. No, so I knocked down Black Wolf and then I knocked down zombies. Sorry guys, I did not mean to. It just happened, so my apologies. Okay, this one might get interesting because while it's a top speed track and my car is not very fast, I didn't see any hurricanes or Vandas or anything like that, though there is an 𝐓𝐚𝐤𝐞 volcano. I think I saw a Ferrari, what is it, J50, I think? I don't know. But yeah, unsurprisingly, at the very start, my acceleration is gonna carry me. And so long as, oh God, so long as there's a bunch of jumps, the acceleration will still help me. But only to a certain extent. It's just gonna reach a point where I'm like, yep, nope. I hit my top speed, even my mid-air top speed, and I'm still too slow against everything else, so it'll be fine. And again, this being a top speed track, it makes things a little bit more difficult. But hey, it's alright. By the way, I didn't even talk about how I like of this car, the strange little wing that it has. I love how it hides. Well, I don't love how it hides, I love how it deploys. It rises up. It rises up and it expands to become a bigger, wider, oh God, wing. I like it. I like it. Look at that. Look at that. Ah, yeah. Love to see that wing. So yeah, that's something that I definitely appreciate about this car. Not that that means anything in terms of... Hold on, did I just overtake him? Can I keep this though? Oh, the acceleration, carry me, carry me, carry me! That's gonna be what I call a first place, my man! Okay, at some point we had to get one. And honestly, I didn't think it was gonna happen in this race. But yeah, volcano. Oh yeah, look at that, the Ferrari J50, very underranked. All right, to be fair, the only real competition that I had over here was the Volcano and the Grand Sport. The rest, not so much, given the lower ranks and whatnot. But overall, I would say that is finally a W in this video. Yeah, it's... well, no, I did get some W's at the start, right? But yeah, you can see that this car, like I said earlier, it's a very good car. It was insanely good back in the old multiplayer. In this current multiplayer, it's still pretty good, but I don't believe that this is a car that you should stretch yourself too much about getting, unless you want it either for collection or for future events in which might be needed, or current, because this car is needed at the moment in the... what car is it? There's a special event going on right now for the... I forgot, whatever it is. So yeah, it's needed at the moment, but other than that, like I said, I don't think it's worth stressing too much about it. Just about any Class B car, mid and higher Class B car that you can get is gonna outperform this, and you're probably gonna be able to use it more effectively than this. But there you go. Just wanted to make this video. Finally, I ranked down enough, and now I might have to look at what other cars I can race now that I'm still in these low leagues. If you enjoyed the video, you know what to do. Hit the like button and all that good stuff, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.